it's also like something that you can nod your head to. It's almost
Yeah.
like a hip hop vibes in it somewhere in the background. So I think everything is important, obviously, but the hooks are the ones that if you come up with something that's not too annoying, but it's hooky and it has a vibe, a good vibe, then um it's really well. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
It's almost like impossible to do, but sometimes it happens.
Welcome to the Here to Zen Podcast, your genre-free home for music, stories, and inspiration. Our goal is simple: to share a love for every kind of music, connect with the artists who make it, and dive into the stories that shape their journeys. This is more than a podcast. It's a community built on passion, curiosity, and the joy of sound. So plug in, turn it up, and let's find the Zen in every beat.
Hi,
Hey, Lauri, how you going, man?
doing good. And you? How are you?
I am doing amazing. Congratulations on Weirdo. What a cool record.
Oh, thank you.
So, hey, look, we're all weirdos at heart, but
Yes.
when did you come up with Weirdo, and was there a particular thing that was going on in life at that time that made you want to write the song?
Well, I was kind of going through my life. Like we quite recently released a book about the Rasmus, and we went through the whole history of the band, and a lot of the things I already had forgotten like came back to me, and I was thinking of the time when I was 15. I was going to high school. I mean, high school. Yeah, I guess it's high school. 15 anyway, and I had hard time like being myself. Like maybe a lot of pressure came from other students and like people who couldn't stand my style, and they were bullying me and like trying to put me down, and I was always called a weirdo. And then now after 30 years of being the weirdo in this band, I'm feeling like, yeah, it's about time to bring that word back in a more positive light, because I never changed my ways and I never changed my style, and I've I've lived a great life. I mean, just an example for the for the young people that might struggle with these issues, like, don't change for anyone. Just be true to yourself and dare to be different and all that stuff. That's the only truth.
Love it. Now, do you think it's important to tell the young people as well that maybe it's more important to be their own fan than worry about having fans in other people?
Well, that's a nice way to say it. That's like very important starting point, to love yourself, dig yourself, embrace your own style, and in anything you do in life, try to do stuff that makes you happy, not other people. Like, also when I write my music, I always try to find something that moves me. And, you know, I think it's the best and the only good starting point to start making music, hoping that it will be successful one day, that you love it yourself. So you got to be more selfish and love yourself more if possible. I know it's hard, especially when you're young. You're very insecure about so many things. And I think that might never change. I feel I still have, things that I'm not, fully happy about myself. But I'm always trying to kind of work on those areas a little bit. Like, I accept them, but I'm also trying to like develop myself. I'm not talking about now like how I look or something. There's nothing I can do,
Mhm.
you know. That's maybe the biggest concern for a lot of people, but like that kind of attitude that I'm feeling like I will never be ready, I will never be complete person, like a perfect person, and I've accepted that. But I'm just and I'm trying to live with it, And yeah,
You're making being a weirdo a good thing.
yes,
And we should all embrace being a weirdo.
totally.
Now, you've worked with two people that I hold in very high regard in Desmond Child and Marti Fredericksen. Now, I've been lucky enough to chat on this podcast with Desmond, and no matter who you are, he is just a mind-blowing human being. Tell me what a writing session is like between Lauri and Desmond.
Yes. Well, I've known him from 2007. He, out of the blue, contacted me, wanted to work with us, and I was totally blown away because I'm a fan of his music from ever I was 5 years old and my whole youth. But what we do is we have a tradition. We go to Greece. There's an island in Greece called Folegandros. Um, Very like a remote place, quiet, small place. Nothing much going on there except the music. And we found this spot 2007 for the first time, and it's been a tradition to go there as often as we could. And I've been there 5 times. I think Desmond goes every summer, um, but I'm quite busy with my touring schedules and stuff. But I've been there 5 times with him, writing songs, and it's really wonderful. Like we first, like we don't start writing the songs right away. It
Yep.
takes maybe a couple of days, just like hanging out, talking about life, and talking about if there's anything like that bothers me, or I'm tangled up with some thoughts. Like I always go to him to solve my problems. He's
Yep.
become my some like a therapist guy, or he's like a mentor for me. Like he's put me back on track many times when I've been lost, and like most recently, like 4 years ago, I was about to quit the band and go solo, and he said like, "There's no fucking way. If you go solo, nobody gives a fuck." And that's what he
Love it.
said. In
Love it.
love, those words, those echo in my head ever since. And then he's like, "Yeah, you have a great band, and you got to keep going." I'm just like, do whatever it takes to make it work, and that's what I did. And that's when we got the new guitarist and joined the band, and like it's all been good again ever since. But yeah, Desmond, he's kind of like a life coach, whatever, mentor, Gandalf, and we are the hobbits, like someone said.
Yep.
The Rasmus are the hobbits. So yeah, songwriting is incredible with him. It's so kind of fast and just like spontaneous, and it's like it's really fun, but also challenging because he's fast, and then I'm trying to keep up. And it's actually, always like we start with my ideas, and then I just gotta like make sure they turn out to be something I like.
Yep. Have you ever gone
yeah.
back and listened to his first ever band from the 70s?
Yeah, I have.
It's very disco.
Yeah, exactly. I think he's always like that kind of sound. Like he's put it in a lot of songs. Like, I Was Made for Loving You is like
Yep.
a disco song.
Yep.
Really. And what he fell in love with our band, I just talked to him yesterday. He said, like, we had in the Shadows, our song, he said he hears Motown in it. Like the rhythm, ding, 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 ding,
Yep.
like that groovy vibe. And I'm like, oh well, never heard of that before. But that's how like he picked up the song, and then he fell in love with that style. And it's funny that I have something to offer him, because I always consider myself as a very small, tiny artist from Northern Europe, and how the hell he found me. And that's the magic of music. Like, my song was out there, and then he heard it. And like, maybe because I heard some of his songs when I was a kid. I was a fan of Kiss. I was made for loving you. Heaven's on fire. I was a big fan of Alice Cooper. Poison was one of his songs. I still think it's one of the greatest, like, hard rock songs.
Yeah.
And I studied everything so carefully before I even knew that he was behind those songs. And then later in life, I got to meet him. Well, long story short.
Love it. Okay, what's most important for you, the riff or the hook?
Oh, I think the hook is more important. But I have to say, like, we've brought a lot of the riffs back in this album now, and it feels good. Like, we sort of straightened it up, straightened it up for a couple of albums. It was more electronic and more mellow, and now it's kind of back to the bouncy thing, which I think is very typical for the Rasmus. Also, that kind of bit like a wacky sound. It's also like something that you can nod your head to. It's almost like a hip hop vibes in it somewhere in the background. So I think everything is important, obviously, but the hooks are the ones that, if you come up with something that's not too annoying, but it's hooky and it has a vibe, a good vibe, then it's really well. Oh, sorry.
Yeah.
It's almost like impossible to do, but sometimes it happens. Mostly by accident, though.
Well, that I was going to ask, has there ever been a hook in a song that you've heard and you've gone, I wish I wrote that hook?
Master. That's a good one.
That's a great one.
Imagine like that live. I mean, every time I've seen Metallica, maybe 10 times, but that kind of hook is like, oh my God. It's like so out in front of you, like, sing along. Simple as anything.
I want to take you back. So you played your first ever gig at your school. Did you think 30 years plus later that this would be your career?
No, I mean, obviously, I didn't see more than a week ahead of me or something when I was young, and I still kind of live like that. I try to live in the moment as much as possible. So I don't even know if I have interviews tomorrow or what do I do tomorrow. I'm trying to, like, save myself and keep some free capacity in my brain for stuff like not knowing too much of the future.
Okay.
So it's like I had no idea that we would continue this hobby of ours for such a long time. But of course, I felt the passion. Like, even before we had any concerts, I was writing songs with my friend when I was maybe like 8, 9 years old. I remember, like, he had this keyboard and I went to his house and I was always, can we play that keyboard again? And then together, like, four-handed, we would write songs. Like, I remember, like, creating some pretty cool stuff. It was pretty futuristic sounds, but also something that I found, like, ooh, I just came up with that, like a little piece of melody, and I felt something in it. And then always the songwriting has been, for me, the most exciting part of the whole cycle.
Do you remember the songs that you played in that first ever gig?
Yes. Well, talking about Master of Puppets, one of them.
Mm-hmm.
And then we played Polly from Nirvana. And and then we did 3 of our own songs. One of them was called Funky Jam. One of them called Myself, which was also about this weirdo concept. Like the first song I ever wrote was called Myself, and I was writing about how it sucked to go to school and how I couldn't be myself. And then a third song, I can't remember, but anyway, like 5 songs in front of the whole school in a gym hall.
Wow.
And it's an incredible feeling because nobody even knew we had a band. We were just been rehearsing like crazy for this moment, and I think that was also one of the moments I was feeling like a proud weirdo, because I was the weirdo, or we were the weirdos for school, and all of a sudden, like I see all these cool dudes looking at, like, okay, that's not so bad, and like kind of getting that little bit of respect from them, and girls going wild and stuff like that. So like, oh yeah, I need more of this.
Yeah. So you've also got a collaboration with the Funeral Portrait on this album. How did that all come to be?
We played a tour with them this spring in America, and we were supporting them, and we just got along well. They are great guys, very similar to us. Somehow I felt the connection immediately with all of them, but especially the singer Lee Jennings. And then I asked him to, join the track Weirdo, and it turned out to be that they have a song called Stay Weird, which I didn't know about, and basically had the same idea lyrically, kind of.
Great.
So it was really this great coincidence that we just happened to be there with them and become friends. And yeah, it's great. They are coming with us to Europe now to play this European tour as our support now. So we kind of shook hands. Yeah.
Great. Now, everyone, when they put a new album out, it's your job as a band to say it's the best work you've ever done. You've got to promote it. It's just the way it goes in every interview. But for you, what are you most proud of about Weirdo?
Well, in general, I'm proud of us as a band, because we were somehow able to born again as a group after being together for such a long time, 3 decades. And Empu joined us as a new guitarist, and she brought a lot of good vibes, a lot of fresh ideas, energy, like kind of cleaned the table as she came in the band. And this is the first album we do together, all of us, from scratch. And I'm telling that this sound and the vibe of the album is more driven somehow. It's like we're going somewhere. I feel that. Like I have butterflies in my stomach. Like I have this feeling like something's going to happen soon, and that's a great feeling. I kind of missed that for many years. I think I had kind of given up, or I was kind of lost musically, for some time. And now it seems like we're back on track and the vision is clear.
Yep. What's even better is that you're coming to Australia in 2026.
Yes, finally.
That's going to be such a big thing for you and all of your fans. What are you looking forward to the most?
Well, of course, meeting the fans. We're quite outgoing. Like we go outside the venue, talk to the people. We, we always explore the cities. We meet many of the fans out there. It's great to meet people in person, not just from the stage. And so I'm hoping to hear their stories, how they discovered our band, what our music means to them. I mean, that's always very inspiring. And then obviously playing the concerts, there's always only one time can be the first time.
Yeah.
So we go on that stage, I'm assuming that it will be so electrified and like full of emotions, because a lot of people have been waiting for us to get over there for 22 years or even more. And that's a long time. and now it's finally happening. It almost feels like unreal, and I'm sure it's going to be a quite nostalgic trip for some people.
Awesome. Now, Lauri, before I let you go, I want you to let all of your friends in Australia know what they can expect from the album if they haven't heard it, the tour, everything to do with the Rasmus. Just let us know everything.
I'm such a bad salesman, but yeah. First of all, we miss you guys. We haven't seen you even. We're coming to Australia in January to play 3 shows, 3 biggest cities. A lot of songs from the new album Weirdo, but also the old hits, obviously, and some rare ones from the very beginning of our career. And we hope to hang out with you guys, and maybe you can show us around and do a real like an Aussie barbecue with us or something fun. So until then, stay weird and see you in January.
Thank you, man. I'll see you in January.
Okay. Great.
Awesome. Have a good day. Bye-bye.
You too. Bye.
That's a wrap on this episode of the Here to Zen podcast. Thank you so much for tuning in. We truly appreciate every single one of you who listens, shares, and supports what we do. This podcast is all about celebrating music in all its forms, and it wouldn't mean anything without this amazing community around it. If you enjoyed today's episode, we'd love it if you could take a moment to rate and review us on YouTube, Spotify, Apple Podcasts, or wherever you're listening right now. It really helps us reach more music fans and keep the conversation going. And don't forget, you can be part of our online community too. Join the conversation on Facebook, Instagram, X, and TikTok. We'd love to hear your thoughts, your favorite tracks, or even what music means to you. This isn't just our podcast, it's yours too. From all of us here at Here to Zen, thank you again for being part of the journey. We appreciate your support more than words can say. Until next time, keep listening, keep sharing, and keep finding the Zen in every beat.